Hello, hi, grand evening. It's me. I'm really afraid to make this video because this could trigger a lot of people, and this could really trigger a lot of people. But what I'm noticing after being a mother and like homeschooling my kid and taking her out of daycare, she has had lots of questions for me. Okay? I am someone who comes from a family where we had home videos growing up, and I loved, as I got older, I loved watching those home videos. Like, those were so special to me. So somewhere deep in my nervous system of me of loving those videos, I did that for my kids, right? I took so many videos of Ablani, and I have had to learn the balance, right? You don't have to record everything, but I do like to document my life. I like to document my child's life. I like to document everything. I like to document things. I'm a scientist, you know. I like to take pictures. I like to document moments, memories, because I can go back in time and I can like cherish those times and those memories. Me and my friends like to take videos. Oh, look at this funny video from 10 years ago. That's so cool. Look at, we have pictures from childhood. Like, that's cool to me. When you can say, look at the pictures of us when we were kids. Look how much we've changed. That is cool to me. And we live in a system right now where it's disturbing how much we sexualize children. Like, there is still an innocence to children. So, for example, the reason why I'm talking about photos is because I did take pictures of my child in the bath. You can't see anything naked because I was scared that if I did take anything of her naked or you saw anything, I would get in trouble. Like, there's some kind of system that's going to go on my phone and I would get in trouble for child pedophilia. That was my fear, is that if I took any photos of her, any nakedness at all, I'm going to get in trouble. So I haven't. But I did take cute videos of her in the bath where you can't see anything. You can see her top half, but whatever, she's a child. But even then, like, I posted a video of my daughter walking around in her diaper. Okay, she was 1 year old. She could have been a boy or a girl, right? And I had an aunt, right, a Christian conservative aunt, coming at me on my page saying, oh my God, Stephanie, there's pedos out there. Why do you have your daughter walking around in a diaper? I mean, shaming me for a video of my daughter in a diaper. Again, she was 1 year old. You wouldn't know she's a boy or a girl. And she's talking about all these pedos all over the place. They're all over the internet. They're using my children's images for whatever. Okay, I think this is going too far. This fear of pedophilia is going too far. Okay, my daughter asked me, actually, as she got older, because she likes the document, she likes the old, we would sit and watch the old videos of each other, like, you know, when we were in bed, and we have so many memories on my Snapchat, so many memories, and that was one of our things that we'd use to connect at night. We'd use the phone as a tool to connect, to show our memories to each other. Oh, look at all these memories of us. And we'd lay in bed and we'd like reminisce about the old times, and we got to see what a great life we've lived. And that makes me feel happy, and it makes her feel happy. And that's what's important, is us feeling happy and connected to one another. Her knowing that she's always been loved by her mom, that we always went and did fun things. I am a little adventurer, and I'm raising little adventurers. Okay, I'm very open about my life. I post my breastfeeding photos because I think they're beautiful. And most people don't get to experience this. And I want people to feel inspired by my breastfeeding videos. And sure, I'm noticing that there are people who have a fetish about it. And I don't think the fetish is weird because it's a natural thing. It's a beautiful thing when a mother does that. Like, men are going to be turned on by that. And I get people are like, oh, Stephanie, what? Like, what? If that's their own thing, they're not over here. I mean, what do they do is their business. I don't listen. I'm here to inspire and to create. And my child, right, is doing the same thing. She's very curious about a lot of things. She has a lot of questions. And I don't sexualize her. I don't assume that she's too young. I answer honestly for the most part. Like I said, I was scared to answer when she asked how Boyan got there. I'm like, oh, we mixed our germs together. You know, I didn't know what to say. And even recently she asked, she goes, Mom, how are babies actually made? How does a baby actually get in there? And I said, it involves a man and a woman. I was like, in the two body parts, I was like, I can explain it to you, but it might make you feel a little uncomfortable. Do you want me to explain it to you? And she's like, no. So she wasn't ready yet. She's 8, okay? So when she's ready, we'll talk about it. We'll have honest conversations about it. But she did ask me, she said, she wanted to see a picture of what she looked like naked when she was a baby. She did. She wanted to see that. And I was like, I don't have any of you. Well, why? Why not? Like, she's asking questions, you know? And I'm like, well, because... And it got me asking, like, why? Yeah, why did I not take pictures? Oh, it's because of the fear that someone would come after me as a pedo. And then I started thinking about it more. And I was like, why don't you, like, before it was like random kids in the park, you don't really talk to kids at the park. I notice a lot of Americans won't talk to a lot of kids at the park or interact with them, especially if you're a man. And the reason why that is because if you are friendly to kids, people assume you're a pedo because you're being friendly to a child. So now people stay in their own lanes. They're not friendly to kids at all because they don't want to be assumed as a pedo. So this pedophilia thing isn't just one way where you're scared that someone's going to diddle your kids. It's that you guys are turning everybody and each other and yourselves into a pedophile. Because now you're afraid to even talk to children or even look at a child because, oh my God, I might be assumed as a pedophile. It's going too far. And now I got people on the internet calling me trashy because I post pictures of me breastfeeding my child. Like, you guys are sexualizing everything. If I could, I would walk out in my yard naked, not because I'm a sexual person, I want to fuck in my yard, but because I want the sun to shine all over my body, on my nipples, on my butt cheeks, in my butthole, whatever, all of it, right? I want the sun is medicine. And we've been told it's bad and evil. No, I'm seeing the people who are out in the sun that are not slathering all these chemicals on their bodies, and they look far healthier than the people who are slathering all these chemicals in their body, and they are eating fake food and all. I mean, there's a difference. I'm seeing the difference. Okay, that's science to me. In the same system, the people who are slathering all the things in their body and living and injecting chemicals in their body, they're the same people who are living in fear about pedophilia. And they're shaming and they're sexualizing children and they're shaming their kids because they talk about poop and pee and they might say a penis and vagina. And they can't say that because that's a potty word, even though it's a scientific thing. Talking about body parts, kids are going to talk about body parts. And then you have a system right now of parents, religious parents. Oh, don't talk like that. We don't talk like that. That's inappropriate. We don't say those words. I've been in so many homes they do this. I let my kid talk about penises and vaginas. Like, she even drew one on the mirror, and actually I thought it was funny. She drew a vagina on the mirror, and I thought it was so funny that that's how she depicts a vagina. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like funny to see that. I never told her to do that. I didn't yell at her for doing it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. Oh, hey, Lonnie, we don't draw penises, making her feel shameful for drawing something that's human nature and natural. Why would I do that? That happened to me in first grade. Me and my friends thought it was funny. We thought it was like, nobody taught me how to do this. It was just, we thought it was funny. We drew two naked people. We drew penis and vagina, naked people on a piece of paper. And we put it in this kid's mailbox. And I got in trouble. We got in big trouble. And I thought it was funny. I thought it was being funny and silly. And here I am getting in trouble. And I'm like, oh, what is happening? I was so confused. I was so confused as a human being. And it's because we live in a system that literally sexualizes everything. There's no innocence of a child anymore. Like, kids cannot be innocent anymore without parents, adults, sexualizing them and shaming them. So now you all have become the pedophiles. And I was guilty of it too. I was constantly sexualizing it all because I thought, oh, because in my adult mind, I've seen some things, But my child has never seen the things that I've seen. So I can't assume, right, in my mind, just because it's what it looks like to me, I can't assume that it's like what she's thinking of that. That's not her mindset. We have different mindsets than a child because we have more experiences. We remember that children don't have the same experiences as us, so they don't have the same common sense. They don't have the same knowledge, right? Like when you watch a Disney movie and there's a dirty joke thrown in there, and people are like, oh my God, Disney's putting these inappropriate things in these kids' movies. The kids are unaware. They do it for the adults. So that way that those shows and movies can be entertaining for us. It's not because they're trafficking children and they're putting inappropriate things like subliminal messages in there. Okay, there's no subliminal messages in these movies. There is for the adults to laugh, right? Those subliminal messages. So we can enjoy the show and be like, oh my God, ha, we're laughing. I remember as a kid, I would sit in the theater. We went to a lot of movies growing up. And that's one thing I really loved about my family is that we went to a lot of movies. And so I got to see a lot of different perspectives because movies are a beautiful thing. They show you a different perspective. They share a story. There's always the moral to the story, right? Like movies are a cool way to express and to teach lessons. And so we went to lots of movies. And I remember sitting in these kid movies and all the adults are laughing and I'm confused as to why they're laughing. Like, what, did I miss the joke? Because my mind couldn't focus on hearing and listening. It was more just like watching. I was more zoned in on the show. That I was like unaware of like what was even said, right? And as a kid, I wouldn't have known anyways because I was a kid. I'm not aware of the same things adults are. You know what I'm saying? But now you see all these people on the internet, oh, Disney is evil. They're trafficking children. Like, listen, you don't ever hear of kids go missing like that. If they were doing that at Disney World, like you'd hear about it more, right? Oh no, it's underground, Stephanie. No, the only place I see child trafficking happening is through our court systems and DCF and CPS and all these things who create their own assumptions about parents, innocent parents. I'm seeing story after story, people sharing it on their social media. I'm actually starting a podcast with a girl soon. I love Delana Doobie from Florida. We'll be starting a podcast about this and the court systems and what they did to her. And what they're doing to other parents down in Florida. Florida's a big state that's trafficking children. Alabama's another one. My friend Chantel, also same thing. Like, she's been sober, passed all the drug tests, but they won't give her kids back. So the place that I see the child trafficking happening, which I thought was in Hollywood and California and whatever, the border of Mexico, I'm actually seeing it happening through our American court systems. That's where child trafficking is happening. And you have parents doing it to their own kids, like going after their exes, doing it that way. You have DCF, CPS, all these organizations doing it that way. So I see this as a huge issue, and this is what I want to bring awareness to. My platform is for my life, my views, my opinions, the things I've seen, the things I've witnessed, because it's my story. And my platform is for me to share my story instead of gossiping about other people, which I do talk about the Christians, not to gossip, just to tell the truth. I like to tell the truth about people and the things that I've witnessed and seen, because my platform is for me to share my story so people can maybe be more aware of their actions or how they might treat others, or give you a different perspective to what maybe others go through, right? Because we sit here and assume and judge and shame without understanding the person's human heart, their character. Like, you just see the bad things, but we need to look deep within, not only ourselves but others, and see that everybody's a human who has been put in situations, and sure, they are responsible for themselves. Like, you don't have to be around them, but just have respect and kindness that people are struggling. And instead of shaming and judging them, just like send them love. You know what I mean? Like, buy them a meal every once in a while, send them some love, do something. Like, quick note, hey, thinking of you, love ya, right? Like, it's all you have to do. But we don't do that because we have to sit here and be, nope, I'm not even gonna talk to her. She's awful. She's bad. He's bad. She's bad. They're all bad. I'm judging them. Like, they're trashy. They're just constantly throwing stones. People are constantly throwing stones, constantly living in fear, constantly thinking that everything is pedophilia, everything is sexualized, and I'm over it. I don't want to live in that world anymore, and I'm not living that world for my children. If we had our own land, if I actually had acreage, I would allow my children to go around in the woods naked. I absolutely would do that. Let them. We'd all be walking in the woods naked together. And there'd be nothing sexual about it. We'd be going back to our primitive ways, jumping into the river, jumping into the lakes. Something that's so natural. I mean, as kids at my cabin, we went skinny dipping in the lake, and it was fun and it was innocent. As kids, we went skinny dipping in my grandparents' pool, and it was so innocent and fun. There's nothing sexual about it. But now we're living in a society where kids can't even be innocent, fun, and naked and free because we constantly sexualize our children. And it's actually really gross to me. And it's really sad. Because as humans, we want to be naked and free. That's the most natural thing you could do. But now you can't show anything at all because, oh my God, we got to be modest. We got to cover up our natural body that was created so beautifully. Our bodies are all beautiful in their own ways. They're all unique in their own ways. That's beautiful to me. It's scientific. There's nothing sexual about it. Sure, the sex happens, but it's also scientific. And it is supposed to be more sacred. And now we're living in a system where it's not, you know. And that's a conversation for another day. But when it comes to our children, we need to stop sexualizing them. Let them have their innocence. Let them run around the house naked. Oh my God, they peed on the floor. Guess what? It wipes up. It's not a big deal. But now we're so grossed out by humans and our own children. Ew, gross. Ew, put a diaper on. Ew, don't touch your dinky. Ew, don't do that. Don't touch your vagina. Like, kids have a right to their bodies. Okay? They have a right to their bodies. They have a right to explore their bodies. Show them the proper place to do it. Hey, we actually shouldn't put our hands in our pants in front of people, because if I walked around with my hands in my pants, how would you feel? Would that kind of gross you out a little bit? And they would say yes. So you don't say, don't do that. You just tell them, hey, so we should go in our room, and then when we're done, we should wash our hands, right? Like, you don't want me touching my butt and walking around the house, right? So you should probably wash yours. Like, you just be nice about it. Don't try to shame and make them feel embarrassed. Just make it a joke. Make it funny. That's what we need to do when it comes to our children when they start exploring their bodies, because they do start exploring their bodies. And right now we're living in a system that tells kids, don't touch yourself, you don't do that. Like, even my son's father, okay, changing his diaper, he likes to grab his penis sometimes. He does. He stretches it really far. I'm like, dang, that thing can fucking stretch. I didn't know that. But there's nothing sexual about it. He's exploring his body. And his father would be like, quit playing with your dinky. Quit playing with your dinky. And he'd hear him put his diaper on him. I'm like, dude, don't be a Nazi. Like, what the hell? Why are you sexualizing children? And he did it to my daughter, too. She lifted her shirt up one of the first times we hung out. And he ran away. Like, what are you doing? Like, she's an innocent child. Like, what the hell? But that's what I'm saying. Like, our system, like, they're so scared, and they're, like, living in this, like, fear and sexualizing children, and it's like, stop it. Like, stop it. You people are the weirdos. Just be natural and normal and do what's natural and normal, okay? And inspire others. I'm sick of this system, dude. It's like fucking, ugh. It feels like it's so heavy all the time. Everyone's always living in fear. And they're projecting that same fear onto their kids. And now they're limiting their children over their own fears. I almost did it. I was doing it with my daughter. And then I like woke up and was like, what are you doing, Stephanie? Don't do that. Like my consciousness popped. It's like popcorn. Like, whoo. Like all these thoughts started going off where I was like, oh yeah, what? Wait a second. Why? Started asking why on so many different aspects of my life and society. And I'm like, wait, yeah. Why do we do it this way? Why is it like this? What is natural? What is the most natural way to live? Children like to be naked. It's innocent. And now we're living in a system that sexualizes children. And the same people who do that are coming from a system that was literally doing nasty things to kids. Like the Catholic Church, the Christians, all these people, where their religion stems down from has been like mutilating children. Okay, Christians mutilate their children. Jews mutilate their children. Muslims mutilate their children. Like you guys are all trafficking your own children through religion and through your own worldly views. And you're sexualizing children. So now you all are the pedophiles. Okay, that's the way I view it. And you're going to be offended and triggered all you want. Well, that's my truth, and I'm sticking to it, okay? I love you. Have a great night.